We either make ourselves miserable or we make ourselves strong. The amount of work is the same. To conquer oneself is the best and noblest victory. To be vanquished by one's own nature is the worst and most ignoble defeat. I don't know why we are here, but I'm pretty sure that it is not in order to enjoy ourselves. Someone said to me once that a cigarette at the right moment is better than all the ideals in the world. When we sense something, it is due to the movement of atoms in space. When I see the moon, it is because moon atoms penetrate my eye. When we cannot find the good things that we're looking for, let the good things that are looking for us find us. You need to spend time crawling alone through shadows to truly appreciate what it is to stand in the sun. Whether you think you're right or you think you're wrong, you're right. If you think in pictures, right? If you think in words, paint. It is not uncommon for people to spend their whole life waiting to start living. A truth is what it is. A lie, a thought-out deception more brutal than a truth could ever be. If you can't feel gratitude when you are in need, the feeling of the need would never leave you even if it is fulfilled. The world is wide, and I will not waste my life in friction when it could be turned into momentum. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any one thing. In my many years, I have come to a conclusion that 1 useless man is a shame, 2 is a law firm, and 3 or more is a Congress. Dream your dream, and realize that you are more than just the dreamer. You are the point of origin for its reality. We live in a dark and romantic and quite tragic world. No matter what happened yesterday, it is insignificant when compared to what lies within the core of your being today. The seeker embarks on a journey to find what he wants and discovers, along the way, what he needs. The demon that you can swallow gives you its power, and the greater life's pain, the greater life's reply. Imagining something is better than remembering something. Only those people create history who doesn't live in the future. Illegal aliens have always been a problem in the United States. Ask any Indian. If you wake up tired, you've been chasing dreams. If you go to bed tired, you're making your dreams happen. There's more beauty in truth, even if it is dreadful beauty. Of life's 2 chief prizes, beauty and truth, I found the first in a loving heart and the second in a laborer's hand. Well, I must endure the presence of a few caterpillars if I wish to become acquainted with the butterflies. It is when things are at worst you will get the best. It is better to walk in light than to dance in darkness. The friends you make in college are friends you'll have for life, even if you don't talk for years at a time. Faster, faster, until the thrill of speed overcomes the fear of death. He who doesn't understand history is doomed to repeat it. When a thing is funny, search it carefully for a hidden truth. I never expect a perfect work from an imperfect man. Disappointment came to me and booted me and bruised and hurt me, but that's how people grow up. Embrace what life gives you, for even the unexpected can hold hidden blessings and opportunities. You can't have living without dying, so you can't call it living what we got. We just are, we just be, like rocks beside the road. Be thankful for what you have, you'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. If your actions don't live up to your words, you have nothing to say. Life is magical for those whose hearts are loving, minds are full with joy, and eyes that are dancing with beauty. When you open your mind, you open new doors to new possibilities for yourself and new opportunities to help others. To know how much there is to know is the beginning of learning to live. If I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain. Oh, darling, don't be bitter. It's the first instinct of the weak. You don't have to disrespect and insult others simply to hold your own ground. If you do, that shows how shaky your own position is. The summer's flower is to the summer sweet, though to itself it only live and die. I have a deeply hidden and inarticulate desire for something beyond the daily life. Every act of goodness is born from our desire to be happy. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. And weak men create hard times. We hunt the flame, the light in the darkness, the good this world deserves. Persistence, perfection, patience, power. Prioritize your passion. It keeps you sane. Sometimes it takes many attempts to succeed, but it takes a second to lose them all. Always plan well. Those who do not think about the future cannot have one. Fear is a probability by its own cause of actions. If we live by it, we lose all the possibilities of endurance. Some things you hear with your ears. Others, you hear with your heart. There is no standard normal. Normal is subjective. There are 7 billion versions of normal on this planet. Much of what was said did not matter, and that much of what mattered could not be said. Life was meant to be lived, and curiosity must be kept alive. One must never, for whatever reason, turn his back on life. We have our dreams because without them we could not bear the truth. To say that the first casualty of war is truth is to miss the rather more important point that a principal weapon of war is lies. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive. But you don't have to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. The Western mind makes definitions, it draws lines. We're here to be family to one another, to exist for the sake of others, even as others exist for our sake. The money you make is a symbol of the value you create. I think I've discovered the secret of life. You just hang around until you get used to it. Never let your sense of morals prevent you from doing what is right. Sometimes your only available transportation is a leap of faith. The true vocation of man is to find his way for himself. Harus menjadi pemberani pada hidup yang dipilih. Harus menjadi pejuang pada hidup yang di luar pilihan. Every impulse of feeling should be guided by reason, and, in my opinion, exertion should always be in proportion to what is required. Health is hearty, health is harmony, health is happiness. It is in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. The spectacle is at the same time the mirage of self and the mirror of things. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Temptation is the feeling we get when encountered by an opportunity to do what we innately know we shouldn't. Be happy with who you are and what you do, and you can do anything you want. Life has more imagination than we carry in our dreams. Atheism is a way of humility. It's to think oneself to be an animal, as we are actually, and to allow oneself to become human. Whether you try too hard to fit in or you try too hard to stand out, it is of equal consequence. You exhaust your significance. Amidst a crowd of friends, a search for truth begins, to find the few who stand by through thick and thin. The task of modern man is not to find his inner self, but to create himself. To be alone is to be different. To be different is to be alone. Keep going. Is not as difficult as you feel it is. Don't give up. There may be times when we are powerless to prevent injustice, but there must never be a time when we fail to protest. Anything that smiles often needs to be reminded that the world is a cruel, dark place. Learn as if you will live forever. Live like you will die tomorrow. The language of light can only be decoded by the heart. I want someone whose heart is big enough to hold me. You don't have a soul. You are a soul. You have a body. Everything will turn out right. The world is built on that. The number of people who believe a thing has no bearing upon its truth. Weekends don't count unless you spend them doing something completely pointless. Owning land is like owning the ocean or the air. No one owns land. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. People are going to say what they want to say and think what they want to think, and I can't change their minds. Life is like a play. It's not the length, but the excellence of the acting that matters. Nu pot fi eu insumi decat dakama and alt pana la fury, saukober pana la deskurager, la nivelo meu obisnuit, ignore faptal ca exist. The greatest blessing granted to mankind come by way of madness, which is a divine gift. Your past doesn't determine your future. What matters is what you're going to do with those past experiences to start moving forward. Best friends are treasures. Hug them for their caring. Applaud their accomplishments. Laugh with them gratefully.